I'm Colin, I'm a gallery assistant here at Rozelle House, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about one of the items I've chosen for our Cabinet of Curiosities exhibition. So this piece depicts Sir Galahad from Arthurian legend in a scene where he's being tempted or confronted by Satan in the form of a woman. This piece has been displayed a few times before, which is one of the reasons I chose it. I was familiar with it already and had a rough idea that it's something that the artist Paton, so Noel Paton, had touched on before, and you can see here an image of his previous sort of attempt at it. I say previous, we don't actually have the dates quite lined up, but it's a subject that he'd returned to, and he's treated it in slightly different ways, and I think that was really interesting because it's a very, very interesting piece in its own right, but comparing the two and seeing how they differ for me was quite fun. And as I say, I'd already seen it a few times out on display here, and I was quite taken with it. And so I'd asked to see if I could get this one. We thought initially I might not be able to because it is going on loan shortly, but fortunately we were able to. So what you can see in this image, obviously the knight in the centre here, Sir Galahad, and he's in quite a sort of martial pose, shield up, defending, sort of protecting him, but also kind of pushing away. And he has this sort of interesting positional thing where he is essentially the dividing line for the painting. And so you have these angels in the background, one of them in particular holding a crown of thorns, which is quite an interesting image in itself, sort of just touching him, just sort of maybe offering support or guidance. But then you could also read it another way in that he is the barrier between Satan and the angels, and I think that's interesting because, you know, obviously the surface level suggestion is of physical temptation for Galahad the man, and as the Grail Knight he's supposed to be one of the purest of the knights, and so obviously his role partly is to resist temptation, and you know, Satan coming into the form of a woman. You can see this sort of goblet of wine, which is a light. You've got this sort of symbol of earthly delights, but you also have that other level where Satan isn't just a tempter of humans, because if you recall, Satan is originally in the biblical tradition an angel who falls, and in the New Testament, in Revelations, we learn that there was war in heaven and Satan brought many of the angels with him against God. So you have this idea at first where you look at this and you see a man being tempted and angels sort of protecting him from temptation or leading him from temptation, but actually you can also sort of read it the other way around. Because ultimately it's Galahad who's standing there with a shield keeping Satan back. It's Galahad that's got a sword ready just in case. It's not really the angels that look like they're doing the protecting here. And so you have this really ambiguous figure of Galahad, and he is in this position in the centre, as I say, as a dividing line. At first you see him as one thing, but the longer you look at it, the more you sort of wonder, is that really the role that he's playing here? And that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about it, and I think people will get something out of the fact that you can sort of dig into it and find all these different symbols and try and interpret, you know, what exactly does this represent? What is Galahad doing here? Is he being protected? Is he protecting? Is it a bit of both? And I really enjoyed that aspect, and I hope you do too.